Alright, what's up? What it do? What it be? Smoke break? Okay, guys. So, today I'm going to talk about how my life has changed for the better, I think. Who knows? After I learned more or things about my own religion that I never, ever, ever have heard of before. And it's because for the first time in my life, I'm learning about my religion objectively from the outside. Like, it's not like fucking my local sheikh or like my mom or my dad or the Arab community telling me about religion. It's like, it's just looking at religion how it is. And it's crazy because for the longest time, I thought that around the world, all over America, Muslims all practice Islam in the same way, and that there's like one right way to do it. But like, God, am I wrong? And I don't blame myself. It's where it's what you get from what you grow up in, you know. And I feel like people just have to be that person until they're on their own. They're not being told what to do. And for the longest time, I thought I was the right way of Muslim. Like I was modest. I wore those ugly ass fucking long ass fucking shirts. They were dresses. I would literally go to the short dress section to get my shirts. And because I was told if I want to go to heaven, if I want God to love me, I have to cover my bootay. And God forbid the top of my knees be seen by the eye of a man. What automatic hell. And it's like as a little kid, you be told that shit, right? And you don't know. You don't know if it's like a an exaggeration or like a joke or a little fib to get you to do the right thing. No, in your mind, you are imagining getting engulfed in the pit of hell because I said the F word one time. And that's like small shit where like any teacher, not teacher, basically, any parents will do that regardless of religion, in their own way. And it's like that shit sucks, it's wrong, but it's kind of just like the way things are, I mean. But what shocked me, what has started this fucking evolution of knowledge in my brain, is that, for example, not all people wear the hijab the same way. And like I know that's dumb. Like yeah, no, the like some people wear the niqab and some people don't wear the abaya or like cover themselves all the way. Like yeah, I knew that. There's a fucking pop up. Get Eddie. But what I didn't know in places like Iran, I did I say that? Iran. Did I just say Iran? Iran? Hmm. That was embarrassing. Anyways, in Iran, they're forced to wear the hijab. But in some areas, like the more urban or I don't know, rich areas, sure. I don't know. Do not take my facts as facts. I'm saying the things I learned today. So, they don't like cover themselves fully. Like they kind of wear it loosely. And it's like in France and Turkey, they banned wearing the hijabs at a certain period of time. Like you weren't allowed to enter public facilities or work for the government. For example, it was different in France and Turkey, but like essentially, if you were wearing the hijab, if you're wearing a scarf on your head, weird. And then I'm high. The inverse of the thing I said. There's women who are forced to wear it, who are fighting for their rights to take it off, and at the same time there was not at the same time, but there was women who had to fight for their right to keep the hijab on. And like growing up, and I was not forced to wear the hijab in any way. It was like pressure, sure. No shit. You grow up around Muslim people who are super religious. I go on a lot of tangents, but if you are currently in an Arab community and you for a second think that the Arab ladies that are judging you all day aren't doing crazy shit on the side, you're kidding yourself. You are kidding yourself. They are. Nobody is really. This is an overgeneralization. Of course, there's like really good Muslim women, but like usually the ones that are super judgmental of others, whether it's like, oh, you're not wearing the hijab properly, or you're not wearing clothes that's long enough, or oh, you're looking at guys or talking to guys. That's the shit I have a problem with, because there's soap in my water. I washed the cup. I washed it. I washed the cup. And then the soap refuses to get out of the fucking water. Now I'm just drinking soapy water. Tangents is what I'm going to call this fucking shit show. Anyways. Point is. Okay. I wore the hijab because in my mind, if I didn't wear the hijab, I would go to hell. And it's like weird because, and once again, this is, as I found, the whole point of the story is that every single Muslim practices Islam differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just be a good person, have good intentions. Okay. But basically, I lost my train of I'm wearing this hijab because I think it's like the only way to practice Islam correctly, like the only way to show your modesty, the only way to respect yourself or command respect, the only way to show that I am Muslim and like wear that physically on me so that everything I do reflects Islam. Like, no. And those are the things you're told. Oh, how are you going to stop men from looking at you? Oh, here's an idea. Turn the fuck around, buddy. How about you don't look at me? I don't know. Like, it was never... It was like inherently the woman's fault that she's inciting this type of sexual urge in a man. And it's like, I'm not really like, I don't really like talking about fucking gender anything, honestly, because I don't know, whatever. But like, if the problem I had with my religion is that I thought that everybody thought this way about women, that like everybody commanded this type of like oppression on women. Because like I will admit that growing up and just not being able to go outside and like feel the sun on my skin and on my hair, and like just be different from everyone because I'm covering myself. It's like I felt oppressed. I felt like my God-given right to be free in this world, like just truly free. And like if you haven't worn the hijab, like I promise you it's different, homie. It's different not being able to expose your elements to nature. Anyways, but it's like not like that though, because that is just the way I have been taught that. That's the way I've come to know these things. But like I'm learning that, first of all, as generations go on, like Muslim women change just like everybody else. Like, and it's not like they're changing the religion as a whole. I think everybody's realizing like you need to understand interpretation of things exist. We can't just understand everything the same way. In culture, bro, fuck, bro, that will literally influence you so much. And like why, whose right is it to say that the way one culture wears a hijab or each individual wears the hijab is wrong? Then like why is it such a huge scary deal when somebody wants to take it off? Like, especially if you're like someone who never has, like a man I had to drink this soapy water, that hasn't had to wear the hijab, and you're like, oh, like why would you take it off? It's like, cause man, you know, before you become comfortable in it, before you realize your own reasons for wearing it, it sucks. Like, it sucks. But then, like, I have learned that this is who I am. It's part of my identity, and I love it. It makes me who I am. And it's like, I could reverse that, sure, whatever. But if I take it off, I feel like I'm no longer the person I have molded myself into. And you can just look this up, honestly. You can see a lot of Muslim women think the same way about their hijab. And I thought it was like I was alone in this. I thought, I'm like, this is more of a personality to me. Like, I'm not really doing this because of the reasons I initially put it on for. Like, it's part of who I am. It's like, people think Muslims can be funny. People think Muslims can be nice. It's like, it's true. I represent this religion when I'm wearing the hijab. And no, I'm not the most religious person. I will say that. But I find comfort in knowing that I strive to be a good person. And so, like, my point of this is, Jesus Christ, what is my point? My point of this is Islam, and like, is not just one concrete thing that only a few people practice perfectly. It's like, no, it's not. And no religion is. Like, humans need a reason to live, yeah, shit, but like, to like live the right way. They need a reason, because like, life is shitty. Life is pretty shitty, you know? But it's like foolish to think that like people can just go through it and not have a reason to go through it. Like, yes, I completely understand that. Like, I don't really know what's going on up there, you know? But it's like, I completely understand why people believe in that. Like, my own parents, like, all the bad shit they go through. That's a different fucking story time. But they always find some type of peace in knowing they're doing something for God. Like, in the end, they're gonna go somewhere. And it's like, I get that. But like, why make yourself guilty for living? Like, why make yourself guilty for experiencing this type of religion in a different way? And it's like, these are the things I'm coming to terms with, because guilt is like the fucking buzzword. in any religion, if you grew up super religious and your parents live by that, and like you deviate from it in any way, it's like this guilt. But like you learn that like no, there's trillions, literally trillions of people in the world, and they all have different perspectives. So there's trillions of perspectives. So therefore, by the process of elimination and the law of transition, there's no such thing as one right way, is what I'm trying to say. If you're a Muslim, but you're not the traditional Muslim, or you see Muslims being praised for things that you are unable to do because you want to live your life in another way, you're a Muslim. You're a good person. That's what Islam is to me. Striving to be a good person. I don't know. It's like, I know no one's ever going to see this, but I hope if someone sees this and can relate to this in any way, like, you're a good person. Perhaps. If you're not a good person, then, hey, man. It sucks. Alright. Let's see if this video gets edited. That's all extra guys.